dummy.
See, y'all move the needle too fast, man.
Nah,
we move the chime in, bro.
The needle be there.
You don't give me a chance to chime in. I don't want to cut you off, bro. That's all.
No.
Don't cut us off, but stop us. Hey, that nigga said, hey, you know what that nigga looked at? They said, these niggas going down.
Yes. And I'm not going with them.
That nigga said, I'm not riding this goddamn way.
No way, no how.
That nigga
man.
be looking at that cliff like, nah, I ain't fucking with it.
That's a little too steep for me.
I ain't fucking with it.
Fuck you, Tug. Nigga just watch us get in trouble
We
and
gonna
shit.
get that nigga edgy.
Y'all don't get in trouble.
He gonna be a little edgy today.
How you know?
Shit.
You don't get in trouble.
Man, we hear so much
Because we
shit.
right back here at the same place Saturday
Not
doing
that
it.
kind of trouble, but you're gonna have to hear some shit.
Hey,
Do you have to hear
hey.
stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hear it just the same. Hey, even though I ain't participating in it, I still heard it.
Well, do you hear?
Well, y'all ain't shit.
participate.
Do you hear?
Y'all-
Do you hear it because of something you said?
No, she said I agreed. So,
Well, I guess you said it.
so you know what I'm saying? Like,
Silence is agreeing.
Fuck that. Let's just put it out there. Tamika, anything we talk about, include him in it. Fuck that.
Right.
If I go down, we all go down because we crew. Fuck y'all.
Nino Brown
You
there.
tuning in to the Dummies Podcast. I'm Stop.
I'm Joe.
I'm tired.
And I'm motherfucking hootie, nigga.
And we back like we never left, because like we say every week, we never leave.
You bitch.
It's episode, what the fuck is it, 27?
27.
Nigga, get 26 off the fucking page,
Man,
Hootie.
I ain't even dabble over there, guys. I just put a dummy over. I ain't even dabble over there. My bad. I fucked up the docket. I take it.
It's Saturday, March 16th, episode 27, man. We growing and glowing. I just want to give a big shout out to the feedback community, man, and the people that's been listening to us, man. This week was real good, man.
Shout out.
We got a lot of different feedback, and we appreciate the support,
Keep it
the
coming.
love that was shown.
Tell a friend.
Merch coming in.
Yes.
We gon' this is 27. Hey, man,
We in the 20s, goddammit.
I think it's 27 for real.
I think it's 27.
it's 27.
Hey, well, let's go look on our YouTube channel.
Oh, we can look on Spotify.
Oh,
We there now,
Spotify.
baby.
We there now.
Shout out Spotify. We there.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
There.
Fuck that, man. Episode 26.
Did I fix it? Did I fix it? Apologize, nigga. What it say though?
You didn't know because your dumb ass went right with me.
Apologize, nigga.
No, I'm not. How you gonna apologize
So I
to
ain't-
somebody and they came on board with you?
Well, I
my
will
bad. I
fix it.
forgot to fix
I
it.
ain't
We
fucked
all
it up.
wrong.
I just forgot
Yeah,
I fixed it, but I fixed it.
All four of us. Come on, dance. Cue it up.
Dummy.
Nah, but for real, we appreciate y'all, man. The love been great. We got a couple of people in the building. Baron, Mark's Media in the back.
Shout out Mark's Media.
DJ over there.
Young Dizzle.
Hopefully he don't bring his ass in the camera. That's the guy that came in the camera.
Oh,
Five
he can't wait for me to ask for a
He
bill.
gonna come to this dance.
Hey, yo.
Look at him. Look at him.
Yeah.
We got Dez over
Head
there.
ass.
Yeah, we just cooling, man. Where we at, Hoop?
Oh man, just another good week, you know what I'm saying? A busy work week, you know what I'm saying? Normally from Monday to Thursday, it's pretty much the same, you know what I'm saying? So we had pretty good fun last night, you know what I'm saying? So my weeks now start on Friday. So I'm gonna start saying what happened from Friday outside of work. So me and my boy, we went to a bar last night. Me, Can't Get Right, little DJ head ass. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we were chilling.
I saw y'all. Y'all was cute. I saw it.
It's coming.
So they had some cards on the table, you know what I'm saying?
I don't want to know about the card.
Let's finish the intro. Let's finish the intro.
cards.
It's coming. It's coming. Let's
No,
finish
this
the
is the intro, nigga, because never should you ever play cards and take your selfies with each other,
Fuck all
nigga.
that, man. That's my homeboy. I don't give a fuck about that.
Bear was at home, man. Nigga, that's my job to get him for the snap.
Oh, my bad. I took your homeboy, Bear. You can have that nigga back.
He was so excited to be in the camera too. You seen him cheesing. Never should I ever.
Yeah. Man, never shut up. I'll let you after Mexico.
I know what I want to say. I tripped last week.
Well,
That's every week.
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That
but
nigga said that shit like it wasn't new. I tripped last week.
the ones I care about. But I thank y'all dumbass niggas for coming to my birthday party and ain't think who was responsible for it. So
Oh, she got on your ass
we
about
know
that one. We
you
know
had
what that
to. You
means.
got in trouble last week.
Got on your ass.
Hey, it's a reason I knew all the rallies around this motherfucker.
You were looking so neat.
Boy was out here searching.
I
But,
was out there searching for something to eat.
but War didn't even get boiled in this motherfucker.
Damn, bro.
Happy birthday.
But
nigga.
nah, man, real talk. Wanted to take the time out to appreciate Courtney for all that she did. Because
Hey.
I ain't want y'all niggas to have food, liquor, decorations.
He got mad. We asked
None
about
of that.
food. He got mad at us for asking about
You
food.
gonna eat what you eat, Hootie?
Yeah.
But
Fuck wrong with you?
now I know you was planning on us not eating nothing, nigga.
If it was up to me,
Nigga,
you'd have had some shit in that old ass.
niggas look at me.
That nigga still got that cookie cakes, you know, that bitch. That cookie cake got mold and
Try to
mildew on
dispose of
it.
that, bitch.
Man, y'all niggas ate all my goddamn cookie cake.
No,
we
we
did.
That looked like.
We left
No,
you to
ain't
Jay
shit
like
on
gas.
No, it was a
Exactly
big
what it
look, man. It was a big chunk of cookie cake.
Hell no. Y'all niggas ate my whole name last week. My name is my name, anime.
The name tastes different.
The name still.
I don't know. That's just the part I always.
It got frosting on it, like the rest of the other pieces. You know,
Okay,
he's
yeah,
sentimental. Oh, it got my name.
The J tastes a little sweeter.
Stupid
Hey,
Yeah.
J tastes the same. What up, Todd? How was your week, my nigga?
Man, my week was great, man. Topped it off last night, man. Went to Montgomery and seen my dog, Cam. Young Cameron Tucker, man. My man got the MVP last night.
Don't get choked
Of
up.
the,
man.
Yeah, that nigga about
Alabama,
to cry.
Mississippi All-Star game.
You blink like a motherfucker.
Nah, I had to get
Looking
my
like
throat.
DJ did.
I had to clear my throat. Yeah, but my dog, man, he got the MVP of the Alabama, Mississippi All-Star game.
Shout out,
He was
Cam.
voted MVP. A lot of colleges sleeping on that kid, man. That kid is a great talent.
Well, he sound like he woke their ass up.
He did.
Yeah, I
He
just
did.
read the article they had today.
All right.
But I was just thinking, like, I'm gonna miss them kids. Like,
I am too.
we done been watching them for 2 years.
Imagine 4. We went and got their ass from middle school.
Oh,
They've been
yeah.
playing since 9th grade
Yeah, same.
until
nigga.
their senior year.
No, I couldn't be no cuss. You get attached to the
Yeah,
little
you get
niggas.
attached
I
to
ain't
their
lying,
goal
bro.
and shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Bring y'all ass back, nigga. This like the NBA.
Fail.
Right.
Fail a
Right.
class.
All
They
of
have to come back to school. So we can
Change
get
the
y'all-
grades.
Right.
The fair they have.
Create
But
a
nah,
create
man,
a 13th.
But that's
grade,
cool though,
goddamn.
because you get a new crop, new
Right.
kids,
Keep
to
molding,
motivate,
keep
and then it's the trying to build some new champions.
That's
So
right.
instead of
That's right.
instead of 4 kids, you get 400 kids. You
What,
actually
There you go.
over a period
what
of time.
number 10 classification is?
He's a junior. He'll be an upcoming senior this year.
Okay.
And I want to ask y'all something.
Well, what the fuck you want?
I saw some shit this week, and it made me want to think. So let me make sure I phrase this right. Can you like right now? Or it may not even be right now, just in general or in your past. Can somebody you talking to, or like, can your old lady have a relationship with her ex's family? Like, is that okay for her to have a relationship with her ex family? Like, she talked to the mama or talked to the sister. You know,
No, it's not.
No.
You know what I'm saying? It's time. You got to separate. Being too close to his sister gonna try to do what's best for her brother and try to bring you around her brother, some shit like that. You never know. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
if it happens, her sister's not gonna tell me that it happened. So, or his sister's not gonna tell me that it happened.
so you think that is disrespectful?
I do.
All
I do
right.
think it's disrespectful. Caught off. Now, if you walking by, you speaking, hey, how you doing? I miss y'all. You blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Like that is cool. But as far as I'm gonna call you on every Sunday, fuck that. Get out of here.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. Who the hell? No. Hell, fuck no.
Cutting
Nigga
out
don't
them
agree with
ties.
me. You better say what you got to say.
I'm with you on that one. Hootie.
Piggyback.
I'm piggybacking with you, Hootie. I'm riding with you on
What
that
you got?
one.
What you got the time out for?
Hmm?
What you got the time?
No,
out
I
for?
mean, I was about to make him talk. Cause that
Okay.
nigga ain't finna just
Oh,
watch
you
us
better-
walk around.
My man about to
this
call a
bitch again.
20-second timeout.
Yeah.
Hey, man. I'm on your motherfucking
I was sure about you.
now.
Nigga down show 20-second.
Todd
On
talk.
your side, man. Shit.
Todd talk.
Nah, but I just was curious about that. I think it's trash too. Like, I mean, like if that shit is over, that shit is over. Like,
Right.
move
Cut
on.
ties with all of them.
Yeah. What y'all got to talk about? We miss you around here.
When you coming back around? Nigga, never. Not
Right.
Thanksgiving.
All my ex's mama goddamn been stopped talking to me, so
What you done did?
they be mad. They ain't
They
got
probably
the
didn't want to
chance
talk
no
to
more.
him then. They was like, damn, I can't wait
You
to
know what
hear
I'm
you
saying?
fuck
They
around
happy, guys.
They been thinking I was gonna be their son-in-law and shit,
Man,
and now
that
they
nigga-
mad.
I feel
I get it.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Right, it is what
If
it
that's
is.
how it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No happy breakups
But
around
yeah,
here.
get away from
What
that
about
shit.
you, man? How about you can't escape this one, man. You borrowed the question.
Todd,
What about you,
listening
man?
like a
I
motherfucker.
don't know what podcast he on.
Dummies
What podcast? Yes. Cue it up.
Get that
What
nigga that
podcast are you listening to? I already gave my answer, man.
I ain't hear you. Man.
Well, listen to the podcast. Fuck wrong with this nigga. But y'all see that Drake and Future reportedly are working on What a Time to Be Alive 2. Y'all ready for that? Y'all want that? What y'all think?
I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed the first album. It was real good for the purpose that I used it for. I remember I was going on a road trip. I don't know where. I want to say to New Orleans, but it was a pretty dope ride. You know what I'm saying? It's real good gym music. It's a good little,
Definitely good
it's a
gym
good
music.
little mix up. You know what I'm saying? I guess it's a real good yin and yang. You put them niggas together and they make real good music. So, two good music makers, two good song makers. You can't help but have a real good album.
Yeah.
Hopefully, this one is the same.
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
both of them niggas definitely got a good ear for music.
Right.
Got a good talent. They both make big hits, powerful songs. That, like you said, that first one I thought was live, and it produced some big ass hits from it. So, I mean, both of them niggas ain't did them. But I think Drake has grown a lot more. Future, not so much, but he's still good at making good songs. So, I want to hear it.
Yeah, I definitely want to hear it. But that brings me to the topic. I had.
That's all that nigga had about on the head.
I mean, it's just gonna be cool. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna make their big hits and it's gonna be cool. It's just not gonna be no game change. You know, cause they kind of who they are already. So
Gotcha. Gotcha.
But I was thinking about this because I was seeing somebody like De La Soul and they splits and like they royalties and different stuff like that. I ain't really care too much. So do we have Southern rap bias?
I didn't pay a lot of attention to the De La Soul shit because I don't know much about that and knew much about the story. But do we have Southern bias? I don't think so because it varies from person to person. We're not as biased as some people are as far as East Coast music or West Coast music. I'm more well. I think when it comes to listening to music, I'm more well-rounded. I listen to music from everywhere, whether you from Louisiana or Florida or Atlanta or New York or California. A little Texas, but not much because they trash. But you know what I'm saying. So I'm not biased. I'm biased towards good music.
I'm gonna be real. I don't think it's possible to not somewhat be biased.
Yeah.
Even if you're not trying to. Like you only know your region and your area. So it's stuff like. I remember Mardi Gras. We was with the nigga that cooked for Rocknum shit, the chef. They from Harlem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? New York. I don't know what area in New York, but that's where they from. And Tila was playing. And they was looking, they was like, man, everybody hype out there. I ain't never heard of this. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I said it to say, like, De La Soul now, that was a big national.
Yeah.
That was a big national thing. So, like, but there are some stuff that we'll listen to, like how we'll play like old Cash Money shit. It might be some shit that they wasn't listening to. They might didn't start listening to Wayne till he got to the Carter one or something. See what I'm saying? So I just think it's natural to have certain little biases. Like we wasn't, but be real, we wasn't listening to De La Soul.
Is that a bias if you didn't know?
Huh?
Is that a bias if you didn't know?
Well,
that's why I said it's not necessarily that you're being biased. It's unnatural. Like you can't help but to be biased in a sense because you only know what you're exposed to.
Well, you know, I listen to them guys, me, myself, and Eyes, and all that kind of shit. Because you know I'm older than y'all, so I listen to all music. Period.
Grandpa Todd,
you know what I'm saying? Well, you
James
call it what you
Brown.
want to.
Uncle Todd.
Call it what you want to. I just like good music and the shit they're going through. Yes, I think it's fucked up.
Okay, but no matter what you listen to, have you ever heard of like Benny the Butcher and stuff like that?
Never.
See what I'm saying?
But I have.
Right, you have. But that's my point. Like.
Right.
But we in the same area though, so I don't.
But what I'm saying is, if you let me finish, it's subjective.
Right.
Like you're only gonna know what you're exposed to.
Right.
So your bias gonna be like, I've heard of that, but
Okay,
you
I
never
agree.
listen to De La Soul.
I agree with that, but I was going off the fact: is that a Southern thing? When like a Southern bias? Because when you ask the Benny the Butcher question, because he's from up north,
Right.
So I was saying it's not a Southern bias because he doesn't know, but I do know, so it's not considered a
I
Southern
still just
bias.
think it's.
But I mean, yeah, because
But you're gonna know more about Southern hip hop than you know about New York people.
and then some things I just didn't care to like. I never was a Wu-Tang fan or Redman or I mean they was cool.
But
they had.
Is that a bias or is that you know about it, you just like
I
it?
think that's biased. Like I ain't
think
really with that.
I think it's just some music
Mobb
you dislike.
Deep.
Like I dislike it. I never.
But like,
It,
you know what
it
I'm saying?
just wasn't something I wanted to hear.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I just think that it's just certain stuff that
Right.
in regions you just won't know about. Like it's probably a live nigga out in California that we've never heard of. It's no disrespect to him. We just never heard of him where we at. And just like they, you know, you might hear a podcast from out there and that's all they gonna talk about is that person.
That.
We like, man, who are you
Right.
talking about? Or they gonna talk about a lot of West Coast artists. You know what I mean? And that's just natural, I think.
All right.
Gotcha. So, here for Drake and Future album. You here for it?
Definitely here for
You
it.
here for it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Beautiful.
check it out.
Yeah.
Everybody, and we was talking about it early in the week about disliking the first album. You didn't think it was a hot album.
No, I didn't think it was amazing. I thought it was just cool. It had some major hits. It got about 4 or 5 good to great songs. Besides that, it's a lot of filler.
Let me ask
to
you
me.
something, man, because you say a lot of shit don't be classics. You know that?
It should be.
What
Or he
defines
said
a classic?
or he
though?
said it has to be a classic.
No, I'm saying what defines a classic in your eyes?
Replay value is very high.
It still has replay value.
Not the whole album.
Not many whole albums have replay value.
That's what makes it a classic.
But-
Guerrilla Warfare, Blueprint 2,
But does everything have to like
400
let's just,
Degrees.
let's
are
just-
those classic or is that your Southern bias classic?
Maybe so. I said Blueprint.
But I'm talking about the other ones. Blueprint is a classic everywhere.
This is true.
Yeah. I never said I wasn't biased.
But are those other two classics everywhere or just your classics?
They're my classics.
So
music
classics-
is subjective.
Right. So your
This is
classics
very
are
true.
But
subjective, so-
I think everything I named, everybody would say, except for maybe Blueprint, everybody would say it's classics.
But at the same time, like, never mind, fuck that shit.
Hey, man. Go ahead,
I don't fuck it. That's all right. We'll go on and on about that music
All right,
shit because I just think it's just too subjective, man.
Everything is subjective.
But I
It
just
is.
feel like if 500 albums come out, I don't care who make them. Out of 500 albums, it should only be about 10 classics or 12 classics. Like a classic is classic. It's timeless.
Right.
It's music that can go on. Like everything is not a classic, and I
Right.
feel like every time, oh, this a classic album. Like you hear niggas pump it up, and then you hear it and be like, okay, it's okay.
shit straight,
I
yeah.
don't think that Drake and them trying to make a classic album. I think they trying to make a good body of music. And if it's a good body of music, that's good. There's nothing wrong with just having some good music. It doesn't have to be classic every time you drop.
This is true.
You taking advice? Cause you what if it ain't classic,
But
you either classic or trash.
Right.
I
That
guess-
nigga they got no in between, dude.
Yeah, classic or trash.
I just guess at the time, like, I was such a big Drake and Future fan that I expected something amazing.
I
It didn't
got you.
live up to my
Expectations.
expectations.
Got you. So do you still have expectations just in general? For,
No, I'm just going to listen to what it is now.
Is that just this album or any album?
Well, unless it's a Jay-Z album, I'm probably not going to have expectations.
Wayne has taught. I think Wayne has taught me just not to have expectations.
Wayne
for-
exceeded my expectations.
I get it. I don't think he. I think he did exactly what I thought he was going to do, but I actually wanted him to do better than what I thought he was going to do.
I just like to enjoy shit. Like he said, like sometimes when you put too much expectations on shit, you don't get to enjoy it.
Right.
Because you trick yourself to thinking that it's supposed to be so magnificent and then it's not going to live up to your expectations.
I keep going back
So
to
just
this
enjoy it.
to this album, but like Nipsey, I didn't expect nothing out of Nipsey. I never
Right.
listened to his other albums for real like that.
You replay this one?
Nipsey?
Mhm.
Hell yeah.
That was a tough album.
And then I get the bias thing that you're talking about
Still
because
is hard.
right before we started podding,
Mm-hmm.
we were playing some in our era classics. Like we would know that shit word for word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like all the BG, all the big timers.
and
all
that's
the
probably
jewels.
not
So
what
it-
somebody in New York
we'll say
probably
it's
getting,
classic.
getting ready for.
Probably
to
never
do.
heard of
Right.
But to us, it's
So,
classic. So,
yeah.
Yeah. So I guess we'll see what goddamn come out down the pipe.
Good topic.
I mean, staying on Drake, y'all see that the Toronto Raptors renamed their sports facility? They're naming their training facility after Drake's OVO brand. They're introducing the OVO Athletic Center in Toronto, Canada. Did y'all see that?
Yeah, that's pretty dope. I mean, he the face of this. He the face of Toronto. Period.
Right.
So,
But like, I don't think we've ever seen nothing like
Nothing
that.
like that.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Hey, man, that's big business.
Yeah,
you know
I
what I'm
just
saying?
think that's
dope.
big business. That's a
Right.
brand that they, an NBA team is
That's
you know,
like
labeling their stuff out.
Papa John's on a stadium or some shit.
Yeah,
like
Right.
that.
that's
That's
dope.
super dope. That
Because they already made, isn't he like the ambassador, whatever
the brand,
that is?
the brand ambassador. I
Right,
wanna
the
say.
brand
Yeah.
ambassador.
Some
So-
kind of ambassador. For
So
the
yeah,
team.
shouts out to Drake. Shouts out to the Raptors on that big move, man.
hey,
Yeah, that's pretty dope, man. Question for y'all: Are y'all interested in seeing a Fresh Prince movie?
I saw that shit, and yeah, I am. I mean, from the clip, it
Mm-hmm.
looks pretty dope. It really does.
And it does look pretty dope. But what I'm talking about, it was a guy on Instagram. He put together a clip of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but it was more gritty. It was much more gritty than the actual TV show Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Will is show in there getting arrested and things of that nature. Uncle Phil is still the tough Uncle Phil, but he isn't
That
the happy, jolly
that
guy. He's more
yeah.
of a meaner Uncle Phil, hood Uncle Phil. In Carlton, he's still a dancing guy, but he's more of an asshole in this. And it's not an actual movie, if y'all know. It just was a trailer. This guy, he put together, let me find out his name. But what he did is he put this trailer together. It took him 6 months to put it together. And he just wanted to get his idea out there to see if it could come to life. And
I think
Instagram
it
is
could,
bringing it to
because
life.
when I saw that trailer, man, that
Make you want to watch.
I thought it was real.
Right, I thought it was real too.
I'm a little sad now.
That is not a
Goddamn.
movie. Yeah, his name is trailer director Morgan Cooper.
Somebody gonna
Morgan
snatch
Cooper.
that shit up.
I'm
Somebody
pretty-
gonna take it. They gotta
because-
take it.
Because
I'm sure they got to give him some kind of credit for it or some
Yeah,
kind
Yeah,
of.
they
because
don't.
he's already put the idea
Yeah.
out there. That's
Mhm,
good
he's out
though.
there.
Because
That's
before somebody else
super
try to,
dope.
like, even if somebody like had plans on doing it, if he the first one threw that shit out there, he gonna be like, "Hey, look, man, they stole my idea."
Yeah.
Mhm.
But if you'd have asked me that like last podcast, I heard like, no. But
Mhm.
after seeing the trailer, I'm like, hell
Yeah, the way he swung it, that shit was
Yeah,
live.
Shit, I was waiting on when the coming soon damn date was.
The way it's described is this is a story all about how Carlton is a jerk, Will packs heat, meaning he packing a gun, and at least that's how the story goes according to the new Superfan made trailer from director Martin Cooper.
Man, I'm mad. Man, you sure that wasn't no Mukai Swag? I could have sworn
yeah.
I seen something that said that was coming out.
But basically, what they said is, in short, the worst part about the Bel Air's viral trailer is that it's not a leading to an actual movie. Not as of yet.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But I wonder what NBC give him a license for it. Because I know they got a license for that. Because you know how Martin wasn't
Because,
licensed?
remember with those cars, there was like Martin
That's
and First
Martin.
Prince and all of that
Yeah.
wasn't licensed. And
NBC
so
is
that's how they
something
was able to
totally
put all of that shit on the cards and stuff.
Yeah. But
So,
I'm
but
pretty
I-
sure NBC is totally different.
I'm pretty sure they'll work with him if they see that they see real good feedback. I mean, they can't put it out. You might as well get with somebody if it's a dope idea and you're going to benefit and profit from it. Why not?
Yeah.
And you don't have to give him the license. Just partner with him, work with him.
I just hate that because when other people get involved, it might taint, his creative process. Because I like the angle he was going on.
Right.
Oh, shit, this shit dope.
It may help though,
Right.
because you know what I'm saying. Like the
budget.
trailer that he said, maybe his ideas aren't as developed as some of those big ass movie script writers and some. Not knocking him or taking away from him, but I'm just saying like. To make it a movie, it has to have a full plot. He showed us some good highlights and shit, but
Good 30
like,
seconds.
at the end, what is Will gonna be doing? Like, what is the actual moral of the story? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like,
Is it going to be a success story?
Yeah,
Is
like,
it really the gritty?
does he
somebody
meet,
go to jail?
does he meet a wife and get love or something? Like, it gotta have some kind of point to it. So,
Does he turn into the real Will Smith and start jumping out of planes? Who knows?
Tyra Banks going to be in it.
She'll be somebody's mama.
Should
Grandma, man, at this point.
be. Always good to see her.
don't do it like that, man.
I'm just, she's still beautiful, but she old. I'm sorry.
Did y'all see that T.I.? He said that nobody has as much diversity as him.
I'm sick of that nigga. I don't-
He basically
went
made
from
an
your favorite
Instagram
rapper.
post. He said, any way that you slice it, I'm the very best at what I do. I'm impossible to duplicate except no substitutes. When you get done bullshitting, riddle me this. Who since Tupac has maintained as much diversity with music genres, business, and opportunities? I'll wait. King's thoughts.
Nigga, how about Dr. Dre? How about Diddy? How about Jay-Z?
Okay.
Let's stop at
said that.
Jay-Z.
He
I know what he
said all
said.
that.
Hold on, wait.
People said that.
He clarified.
Right.
He did clarify by saying that he was talking about music,
Movies.
business, and being in movies.
Right.
Dre?
Like being in movies.
Being in movies?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Dre
Like,
was in movies.
Who?
With Snoop, wasn't Dre in movies with Snoop Dogg? It was in
Car Wash.
He was
No.
in Dr.
Was
Dre
he?
was in. Yeah, he
Dre
was
was
in
in
movies.
Car Wash.
Yeah, that
and
shit was
Car
good.
Wash
Consistent?
was straight.
That
See,
shit
I
was-
done been in a few
Right.
different movies now.
But you can't switch it into your favor. I get it. You're right.
That's
did-
what he said.
I know, and that's why I'm disagreeing with it. I get he said that, but you can't shift it and say who's been in blockbuster movies. He can easily say who got a $2-3 billion deal with Apple.
Because he said, somebody said Jay-Z. And he said respectfully to the GOAT, he gave him his credit. He said, what major feature film has he ever been in?
His own on the Reasonable Doubt.
Feature film.
It's a feature film.
Major
That's
feature
a
film.
documentary.
And
It
Paid in
major.
Full didn't go to theaters, I don't think.
And what was that movie that was live that T.I. and them robbed the bank and stuff?
With him and Chris Brown.
Take
them.
Us.
Take
Take
Us.
Us.
That was a dope ass movie.
Yeah,
He been
that's
in-
what I'm saying.
I give him
Like,
that.
and I think that
I give him that. He's been.
I
He was in American Gangster.
I think that's why he was pointed and saying Tupac and saying what other movies have, like, with all of this that people have been in.
But at the end of the day, you're a rapper. Your discography doesn't stand up with Jay-Z.
I don't think that.
don't think-
Sometimes you're an entertainer.
Yeah.
Nigga, don't label me. Don't box me to just no rapper.
And
I'm
so
an
as a-
entertainer.
Rapper, businessman, overall entertainer, Jay-Z is better.
But so what he said.
But not-
He
That's
can say that. Ain't that wrong? I mean, my man called himself the king of the South. And you could argue that. I would never argue against it. But when you start talking about business, you got to start throwing numbers in there.
Right.
Like net worth. And you ain't seeing Jay-Z.
You can't argue
You can't,
that. Nobody
right.
can argue that. But I think again when he's saying music, he's saying business, he's saying movies, he's naming clothing lines, he's naming all of these different things that he's naming like 5, 6, 7 different things,
But-
not just business and music.
All right, so clothing line. You can't touch Jay-Z on that. Rockaway was way bigger than Aku.
Aku.
Whatever cool you want it to be.
Aku. They put an I at the beginning of that bitch.
But yeah, Rockaway didn't last long.
Right.
Oh,
And
way
then before they
bigger
sold it,
impact,
anyway, they
y'all.
sold it.
Way bigger impact.
I mean, I see his point, man, but we do have the right to disagree with that for the reasons that we disagree with it. Yes, you've been in more movies and things of that nature. But as far as if you're talking about a whole, the king of the, what do you call himself? The king of the rap game? Or he the king
South.
of that shit? Not the South. I'm talking about in that article.
What all he mentioned?
He's the man of.
The king. No, he didn't say king or
Oh,
nothing.
he's the man of what? He's the best what?
He said music, feature films, clothing, business.
But he didn't make it a one whole subject.
No, he didn't.
Oh,
That's
well,
why. That was his
then
point.
In that case, if it's more well-rounded, then he win that one. If it's based off being more
I
well-rounded,
think he just presented an
like
argument
they're bigger
for
businessmen,
himself,
but
and he
that's all
won
it
it.
was.
Like,
He-
in
Two
regards,
of
you
the
saw-
four, three of the four things that he's mentioned, Jay-Z is bigger than.
they're not. He's not saying individually. He's saying collectively. Who's doing all of this collectively?
But if somebody's better than you 3 out of the 4 times,
What
they're
3 out
better
of 4
than you.
things? you talking
ultimately,
about?
Jay-Z is a better rapper. He's a better businessman, and he had a better clothing line.
better record label.
Again, that's one of those
Way
subjective
better
things.
record label.
That's another one you can add.
Again, that's one of those subjective things. See,
I think that
Dez
goes
may,
to the
may
beef.
feel like T.I. is a better rapper than Jay-Z.
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just your
I
opinion.
think Stock probably would. You know, everybody thought the Jay-Z fan.
No,
Right,
I wouldn't. I wouldn't say that though. I'm not the biggest Jay-Z fan, but I don't think he can rap better than. I think he can rap better than Tip. But
Oh.
Tip live as fuck.
Tip live as fuck.
Oh,
man.
yeah. And I hate to be on this side of Tip, because Tip is in my top 5. But I think you just kind of tripped with that one. Like, you're not just because you number 5 don't mean.
But you're supposed to feel like that. I feel like we got the best podcast out there going. Write it down.
And that's why you're supposed to feel like that. And it's okay for people to come out here and
Right.
say, no, you don't. They
Right.
will. So,
Yeah.
you know.
That's right.
So Tip, keep doing what you're doing, man. I
Right.
respect everything you're doing. I think you're the best well-rounded, but as far as the best overall, we all know, you know what I'm saying, that goes through Dre, Diddy, and Jay. All right, man, we always on here talking for men, so I got a little article for the women. I'm going to be a little mushy at the moment. You know what I'm saying?
Mushy.
Mushy, my nigga, mushy. But just listen to me. Hear me out. Wait till I
Marshmallow
get done.
ass.
Wait till I get done to comment on it. So I was reading this article, you know what I'm saying? It's done on tons and tons and tons of studies with single people as well as people in couples. And it's an open post about 11 signs you're with a good man. Okay? Roll with me. Number 1 sign. He makes you feel safe and secure. We all agree? Agree?
Yeah.
Agree? Okay.
I don't think it's for us.
Hold on.
Hootie.
Be quiet and listen, man.
I'm
Go with me,
with
cuz.
you.
I guarantee you going. Well, you might agree with me at the end. We'll see. He has good character. Number 2, he has good character and empathy for others. I think we all agree. He is confident but not narcissistic. Can't get right, maybe a little narcissistic, but you know what I'm saying? It's a little bit of confidence.
I think we all are.
Kind of. He is mentally and emotionally stable. Stay with me. He is honest. Number 5, he is honest, community conscious, and action-oriented. Action-oriented. He loves children. Number 6, he inspires you to do better. Number 7, he always makes you feel beautiful. Number 8, he's a gentleman. Number 9, he's good with his mother. Number 10. And number 11, he has other girlfriends. You know what I'm saying? So the good side, he has all that and other girlfriends. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I see that camera. I try to hide behind the mic.
So, ladies, that's a post for you ladies. That's 11 signs of what makes a man a real good
They go,
man.
I bet you a nigga wrote that.
It was from women. Or some woman wrote it, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? So, make sure your man have all of those qualities. I ain't got no
that's an
girl.
interesting
I ain't got no extra girlfriend.
That's crazy. That's crazy how they say that.
I guess I ain't a good man then.
Yeah, I'm
so.
terrible, cuz. You know
I'm
what I'm
a
saying? I guess
horrible
I'm the
hood.
worst of them all.
God damn.
I don't know. That's a crazy article. That's crazy. But good article. Hoop.
Yeah,
Did y'all see,
moving
man?
right along.
I want to talk about something. I know we talked about this before, but I do have a maybe a different angle, maybe to see if I can pull y'all into. Y'all saw that in California that the governor, Gavin Newsom, decided to end the death penalty. He's putting a suspense to it, right?
That's dope.
Not only is he doing that, it was something that been in the work, been in the forefront, been something that they wanted to do in Cali. But one of the big people behind it or with them pushing it was Kim Kardashian. I don't know if y'all saw that.
Yeah.
And she kind of basically chimed in by saying over the last year and a half that she's been visiting prisons, sitting with inmates, visiting people who make the decisions in these institutions, sitting with the governor, trying to make decisions on what it is, you know, that go into the death penalty and things like that. ultimately they've put an end to it. She's been celebrating that. So what I want to ask was, we talk a lot about people's past, and we talk a lot about, people not being able to run from their past. With Kim K, we keep seeing that she keeps being in the forefront of some of these issues. We did talk about how she kind of tag in on the back end of some of these issues. But is it time to maybe stop looking at the way her past was and realize, she getting a lot of flack still from the Ray J tape and all of that shit. But now she's in the forefront of getting people released. She's, putting her agenda of trying to make sure that inmates are getting out. Even with this store, she paid for some housing for an inmate who kept getting rejected because he had strikes against him. She's gonna be paying for his housing.
I think it's some years.
Yeah. So I said that to say that, is this a thing where her past is still following her and it's hard for people to accept this new role that she's trying to be, or what? Because I think it's dope for somebody to do it. And maybe if it wasn't Kim K, we'll be sitting here praising them. But
I think
what y'all think?
I've been thought it was dope. Like, even she was who she is, but even when she got the lady out of jail, the cocaine lady, or the lady who had all the drugs, had the drug charges, she got her out of jail. You know what I'm saying? When she was going to the White House, yeah, we get that shit was kind of off, but the reason she was going there, I agree with, and I was okay with. And also with this, I saw that with this is dope as well, because in California's death row population remains the nation's largest at 739 people.
And they found where they have executed innocent people. So that was another big thing about it.
Yeah. So if
even bigger than Texas?
Yeah. California's the biggest.
On death row, I think Texas kills more. They get you.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I asked.
They get you in and out.
But now it's a possibility more in California. So I think that's dope, man. I just want to ask y'all a question on that. Like, how do y'all feel about the death penalty? Is it something you're for, against, or?
I'm for the death penalty, but the system's so fucked up. Like he said, it's been proof that you've killed innocent people. If the system was better, like, if you on camera shooting somebody, why should I have to feed you for 30, 40 years? You need to die too. If it's, reasonable doubt or anything like that, or either not 100%, you ain't did no malice shit. Like, if you go into a church and shoot 16 people, why is it a trial? Why are we spending all this money? You need to go. And that's just how I feel.
I'm against it, man. I'm just not that person who thinks it should be a life for a life, no matter the life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm against it. I think sitting in the cell this goddamn big for 60 years is much worse than dying. I think you're going to go through much more terror. You're going to go much more crazier in that cell by yourself for 23, 24 hours a day.
I don't think so. Because, you get to watch TV. You get a free meal every day. You got somewhere to lay your head.
You think they got TV on death row?
I'm saying in jail.
In jail, they let you out.
I'm talking about death row. Like,
they get to do that shit too. Like, they can't just not let them, you know what I'm saying, get them rec time or whatever time. I'm kind of with you, Joe, but I'm not.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like the nigga that just shot that lady at the gas station for nothing, just rolled up and randomly shot somebody. Yeah, that nigga need to die. You know what I'm saying? And I feel you wouldn't say the innocent people, you know what I'm saying, that died, that were innocent. Like, it's kind of like, shit, damn if you do, you damn if you don't. You know what I'm saying? But for that nigga that randomly shooting people, yeah, he deserves to die. Nigga bombing buildings, yeah, you deserve to die. No trial, no nothing. I'm with you.
You in the streets, like, somebody, threats on your life, you shoot somebody, hey, you should get years for that. Like, innocent people? No, you don't need to be living no more. And then, if somebody gave you a choice, you could die right now or go to jail the rest of your life. I'm going to say go to jail. You still living.
There's some that will say die.
I'm sure. Some. Not me.
Yeah, it's not because we hear stories all the time and niggas like, man, I'm not going back to jail. And they shoot it out with the police because they know what's going to end up happening. Or they take their life before
so for that person,
they go to
jail is worse for that person, brother.
Yeah.
It's a hard life to adjust to. But y'all still didn't say, everybody still didn't say, I know you brought that up, but, going back, everybody still didn't say what they thought about, like, Kim K and her past.
Oh. Well, I don't think that one thing has to do with the other. Shit.
Well, the only reason I say that is because some people find it hard to accept her as this person. Like, as soon as they see it, it's like, whatever.
It's her.
Like, even y'all think you was just over there. You know what I'm saying?
Let me explain it. Because it's like what we said weeks ago. okay, you jumping on the bandwagon when this momentum was, you know what I'm saying? We've been started this movement. You know what I'm saying? We've been trying to get this individual out of jail. Don't jump on it when it's the 23rd hour. And, you know what I'm saying?
But what's wrong with that though?
But
like other people aren't doing that. So what's wrong with her doing that?
But she get all the notoriety because of her celebrity.
Not
like if you've been doing this for
Gavin Newsom.
months and years trying to get somebody out of jail, if you've been on the front line speaking for people, you know what I'm saying, trying to get these people out, your name gonna get foreshadowed by the name Kim K.
But if I'm for the cause, then I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
right.
your name. Yeah, my name.
And I get that. I totally understand that. But does she understand that? Like it's all notoriety. The socialites. Their name is going to be at the forefront.
But I think she can do other things to
But
get her name in the
sometimes,
light.
like if I'm pushing a grassroots agenda and I'm really trying hard to get this, sometimes you do need that bigger name to come in to help shed more light on it, because I don't have the power to call the media and command all the attention that a Kim K has. So if Kim K go speak on, somebody in rural Alabama case who just sitting there, who I've been talking about this for 8 years and I can't get the attention, and she can just do one tweet to her millions and millions of followers and shed light on a story. Hey,
So
the fact that I'm starting to evolve with it. Like I feel like, to me, if you put an effort, and don't get me wrong, she may be attaching to stuff and things like that, but if you're putting effort into trying to get people out of jail, trying to get people out of the worst predicaments that they can be in and make sure that they have housing when they come out, people can call it what they want. I call it effort. And if you put an effort into stuff like that that doesn't necessarily, I'm sure maybe some perks come from it, but I don't see how it's like, it ain't no makeup line or nothing like that. Like she's not trying to sell anything.
Right.
She's just trying to help. So
And I look at it like, who would you rather have doing it? And if you say a person, then why aren't they doing it?
I mean, that's true. It's still people out here doing it. But back to his question, like if she do like one or two more like things like that, I'll forgive her for that whack sex tape.
I don't care nothing about the sex tape, by the way.
why you gotta forgive her for hustling? like
I don't care nothing about the sex tape.
niggas
Get that
have
out
sex
there
every
now.
day, B.
Now you go with the next thing. You had expectations on her sex mixtape.
Sex mixtape?
On her sex mixtape.
How you
had
got, but you can't even have expectations. You didn't even know her before then.
Right.
Yeah, I went back.
I ain't
And
seen
then
it.
as fine as she is now,
Mhm.
like, damn, you could have did a lot better.
Well, I mean,
Maybe that was like some years ago. Maybe she wasn't as experienced as she is
She
now.
young,
This is true.
right?
Or
You ain't the
look
same Joe
It
you
was
were
at least
when
about
18.
15 years ago now.
Right.
That was
Ain't the
15
same
years ago.
18-year-old Joe.
34
you know, right now.
surgeries. That was a
Yeah,
long time ago, wasn't it?
yeah, that was before surgery.
Right, a lot of more experience, man. Got a lot more experience.
So but I like what she doing. I don't care why she doing it, as long as the results keep happening.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's dope.
Yeah.
My man.
We talked about that Michael Jackson documentary last week. And I saw that some of the backlash from it, and it made me want to think about something. I saw that the Lakers, they removed Michael Jackson's music off of like they little shit in the arena. Drake also cut Michael Jackson's songs or music out of. He had a sample.
He had a
that
sample of
sample.
Michael's on
He
it,
took
right.
it out of his concert.
Didn't he have a song with Michael Jackson on the
It was a
last
song.
album?
Yeah, when the
Yeah.
last album.
Yeah, song
he,
with-
he,
featuring
he
Michael
removed that part out of his concert lineup.
That's
So
whack.
my question that I want to know is, and please correct me if I'm wrong. Anybody out there, I'm not trying to feel like I had the details. These two people that was in that documentary, weren't these some of the same people from the case he had prior to?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Exactly
So
same.
the Lakers felt it was okay to be playing Michael Jackson music. Up until this documentary came out, you was playing his music in your arena. Drake, you used him in a song. So now that these same two people who've come out who Michael Jackson was acquitted of these charges, you know what I'm saying? And now you're coming back again, and now people are trying to disconnect away from it.
Mm-hmm.
Are we living in the times, and I mean, I know we are, but what do you guys think about social media and stuff like that being the judge and the jury? Because now we're seeing that if you just have the speculation of it, even if you're not found guilty or guilty of it, you can lose money. You can millions of dollars. You can lose endorsement deals. People will disassociate themselves with them of things that aren't proven guilty. How do y'all feel about that?
I think it's whack. Because how you gonna tell somebody, hey, I lied before, but I'm telling the truth now?
Mhm.
Nah, nigga, you're a liar. And he's just not around, or the state not paying you no more.
I wonder if anybody asked him that question during this time frame. Like, well, I'm pretty sure it probably popped up in that documentary somewhere, or them in this documentary somewhere. So did you lie the first time when you told them that everything was okay, nothing happened, things of that nature? Like, did that question ever come up?
Yeah, they was just like, he was doing so much stuff. Well, the kids said that they hid it even from the parents.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't even want to tell the parents because one of them he bought a house for her. And
so
stuff
then why were they even a part of that lawsuit or anything that time before?
Well, he asked them to speak on his name.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. Got you.
Man, listen. Again, they went to court.
Mm-hmm.
He was found not guilty.
Mm-hmm.
Why is this even a fucking discussion?
That's hard to say.
It's not.
Because R. Kelly was not guilty. That's why it's hard to say.
God.
But that's what I'm saying.
I get it though. But
okay. If he's found not guilty,
mm-hmm.
that should be it. It's a jury of your peers that found him not guilty.
Mm-hmm.
No, regardless of speculation or whatever. If these people didn't do their job correctly, fine, whatever. I'm not vouching for that nigga R. Kelly,
mm-hmm.
or even if Michael Jackson did touch these kids, I'm not vouching for that. Somebody obviously didn't do their job, or he didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
He went to court. They found he didn't do it. We should be moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
And fuck what this man got to say, because this man is dead. He cannot defend himself. If he was alive, would he be saying that shit today?
Probably not.
And my thing with it too, like to what you said, I don't want to take it to specifics. I want to take it to individual stuff. Right now, we walk to go get in our car. 5 police pull over, hop out, trying to lock you up, talking about you just harmed somebody somewhere else. And you go to court, and you found to be not guilty. Like, they have no proof. We've been in here recording a podcast. You trying to put me at a scene somewhere else that I've never even did, talking about I fit a description.
Mm-hmm.
I go, I'm found not guilty. But after that, everywhere I go, people are looking at me like I am guilty.
Yeah, right.
I'm found not guilty, but I'm constantly being badgered as guilty.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like we live in a time now. Like, and I'm not talking about nobody specific. So don't say like, oh, that nigga defended somebody who did. Like, I'm not saying that. I'm just talking about in general. Mm-hmm. It goes 2 ways.
Right.
Like some of these people who attack people who are found not guilty may find yourselves in a court of law.
Right.
Where you're innocent of something that you're being alleged to have done.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're found not guilty and you really didn't do that, I think you would want the court to be like, hey, like, shit, I'm found not guilty. I don't want to keep living my life every day like I am guilty. Like, I can't go to the store. I can't go having business. I can't get loans and stuff because people looking at me like, nah, that nigga, you the nigga that did X, Y, Z, and you really didn't do it.
Right.
So,
and that is a crazy thing. Like, I think we are at those times. You asked that question. If we're at those times where social media is controlling the outcome of people's lives.
It's the court of public opinion.
Right. It's crazy that you could put anything out there, any story out there, no matter how true or false it may be, that's you, nigga.
Yeah.
And
then
shit,
if enough people rally against it.
Yeah. Like, what the name? Sean Oakman.
Yeah.
Sean Oakman.
Yeah, that's
my man.
You brought that up.
That man would have been a first round draft pick, top 10, just off size alone and athleticism. He got accused of raping the girl. Here it is, years later, found he didn't do it.
Yeah, and he's
missed out on millions of dollars. His whole life has changed, but you're gonna see him in the street and you're gonna label him as what? A rapist.
Yeah. And some people probably still walking around looking at him like, nah,
Right.
you did that shit.
Nah, it was going on that bill. I know you did it. They just got it off. Something
Exactly.
crazy,
And the courts have found him not guilty of the crime that they said he did.
Hey, man, if Jesus can be lied on, anybody can be lied on.
This is true. I just want people to just form their own opinion of people, man.
There's no proof. You have to show me proof.
And I guess that's why I never say anything about anybody on the internet, ever. Like, if I go in, there's gonna be some thoughts or some of me, but I'm never just like, hey, y'all know what Michael Jackson just did, or what Jay Prince just did, or what who this and that just did. Like, I try to stay out of that. You know what I'm saying? But it is different now because you can kind of say this is social media, what we're putting out there, what we're saying, but. You know what I'm saying? We ain't going out here bashing.
And it's so crazy. And I want to say
know.
something too. Back to your point when we do speak about R. Kelly, like in R. Kelly case, even with saying that he was not guilty or whatever, we all have eyes, and a lot of people seen tape.
Right.
So maybe that tape wasn't admissible in court or whatever they said happened. In that case, I could understand people having their own opinion and saying that nigga guilty. Like, I don't give a fuck what the court say.
Right.
I can understand it because we have eyes and we can see.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and I know you wasn't defending.
Right.
I'm not putting
Okay.
you over there. I wouldn't do you like that. But I was just saying in general, I think that's why that could be different than like shit. If a tape come out tomorrow and we see that Michael Jackson was doing shit like that, like I'm gonna probably change my
exactly.
opinion on it.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, and I'm pretty sure everybody at this table feel like OJ did it. He did it.
I don't know.
But the courts found him
It
not
looked
guilty.
like it, but I don't know.
I never
I
seen.
don't know.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
wasn't
I seen no
Them
tape on
gloves
that
ain't
shit.
fit.
The glove ain't fit. You must have quit.
You can say what you want to say. You can say what you want to say. I believed it then. He
R. Kelly said it was his brother on tape.
Right.
That nigga put it on his
But
brother.
again,
damn.
OJ kept that same moniker over his head. A murderer. He killed his wife.
Yeah.
Even I'm sitting here telling you now. I'm in that group of people that say he did it. I believed he did it.
I understand.
But the courts found him not guilty. So after the courts found him not guilty, what the fuck I did? Move on with life. He got away scot-free. And what his dumb ass do? Got caught robbing people. So that's it.
And I wonder, and that makes me think, did he really rob people or were they trying to
Oh, he robbed
get him on something? Were they trying to get him on something?
I think they set him up because you can't have audio recording of somebody robbing you, stealing your stuff that you own.
They
That was
had
a
to get
setup.
him on something.
That was a setup.
That's a setup. I'm going to steal my own shit back.
Right. That was a setup.
It wasn't yours no more.
That's a setup.
Possession is 9/10 of the law.
Yeah, like it's not yours no more. But I don't know, man. If you're guilty, you're guilty. But I'm gonna tell y'all who is guilty. Did y'all see these cheating ass celebrity kids? These rich fuck kids.
Yeah.
I seen
Celebrity
that
of wealthy
Don't say
parents.
the kids. Don't say the kids.
Fuck that, nigga.
They was a
They
part
had
of it
to be
too.
a
Fuck
part
them.
of it.
It might have been
young
the parents.
adults.
It might have been the
You want me to
parents.
say
It
that?
might have been the parents.
No,
You
nigga, fuck
5'6"
that
on the
nigga.
basketball team?
Man,
Come on
I'm
now.
not defending them. People probably over there like shit. Mama, I know. I've seen those little kids before.
Right.
I know them little kids. I know they been over that bitch. My mama gonna get me straight. You know, that's the motherfucker. I'm gonna get my mom to sue you.
That's
Like,
kids,
I know
though,
who the
man.
fuck this is.
I do the same. You know, as a kid.
That's what I was going to ask.
I do the same as a kid. Yeah. Fuck
Anyway,
that.
man.
No, I wasn't going to ask.
For those who don't know what we talking about, because we got excited and chimed in real quick. Celebrities of wealthy parents were charged by the FBI in a college admissions scheme. The FBI on Tuesday charged dozens of wealthy parents, including celebrities, who basically were caught up in a bribery, cheating scandal, where they were basically paying their way into college. Some of the more prestigious colleges, I think some of them, just to name a few, was Georgetown, USC was one.
UCLA.
Yeah,
think
UCLA.
Harvard.
A lot of
I
them
think
rich
one was
Southern
Yale,
Cal.
too.
Yeah, a lot of them rich Southern Cal schools.
They finally got caught. Did y'all see this? What do y'all think? What are y'all thoughts?
What's so crazy, the FBI said this was an accident. Like, this wasn't their target. They was investigating something else
Probably.
and then just looked up on this. Because, you know, FBI not really going over these type of people. That's not their
Right.
target audience.
Mm-hmm.
But that was just crazy.
They probably digging like, oh, look what I found.
Right.
Oh, look at this.
This is not right.
It's gonna be a big one here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, man, that's crazy, man. You can probably afford to pay for your kids to get into these schools the regular way. And if they're smart enough to go to these schools, why do you want your dumbass kid to go to a school that they can't succeed or get good grades in?
Well,
What's the purpose they're going to
well,
get good grades when they get there?
Well, you can't pay for somebody to go into school. That's the whole reason they investigate. You
Well,
can't
not
pay
to
for
go. I'm
somebody.
saying for them to go there if they qualified to go there. That's what I
But
mean.
they're not.
But they was underqualified.
Then why send they dumbasses there?
That's the whole point.
Okay,
Are you
so
at
look, so look. Here's the context to it, right? If you send these kids to these schools, and this is the bigger thing with what's going on with our systems and our country and the abuse that go rampant, right? Those kids may not be no smarter than nobody. Those kids aren't smarter than nobody in this room at this table, right? Not necessarily. You know what I'm saying? But those kids parents have power and influence. So if I can buy my kid into Yale, or I can buy my kid into UCLA, and I allow my kid to be in that program, and then let's just be real, those degrees hold weight. If I go see a kid, you know, who has a degree from Yale versus a kid who got a degree from, you know, Texas Southern, not to call out no schools. Let's just be real how the system look at it. It looks more favorable. You know what I mean? And so for those kids, not only are they getting that, they're getting jobs based upon that degree. So they're winning all around. Their parents are paying for them. I saw some of the shit. They was paying for them to have extended time on their test. They was paying for them for them to be able to cheat on the entrance exams and tests, and then they was paying for them to also be able to get into that university through the admissions program. So then when they get there, all you got to do, I mean, once you get there, you just got to, you know, do your work. And they probably
that's what I was asking. That was the whole thing I was asking. And once they get there, are they getting grades or are they earning the grades?
I mean, even if you're not, you're there.
I know.
Yeah.
One of them was they paid like a Harvard grad to take their ACT, SAT, whatever it was, to take it for them and paid whoever, standing there doing the test, paid them off.
Yeah.
But then also you got to think, you're going to Harvard and Yale, the networking possibility. Like, but I saw a girl, she's suing them because she did it the right way, got her Yale degree. But she's saying, like, you're lessening my degree if somebody can just pay for it.
Right. And I'm glad you said that because I did see a lawsuit. There was a triggered lawsuit of $500 billion, a civil lawsuit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, for real, like, this shit got so many components to it. Because, like, some of these very people be the same people that look down on people that come from where we come from.
Right.
Pull yourself up.
Yeah, pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
Yeah.
Those people don't work hard. Let's take the food. Like, they're not doing it. Like,
Right.
shit, man, if I had the ability to pay my way into an institution and I had the ability to put myself in position to be like that, some of us have had that same thing. But we really do literally have to work for everything we get. And in some cases, the saying that they used to say, man, you black, you got to work twice as hard. You know what I mean? This holds true, man, even in this case. You got to work hard because not only are you trying to do it the right way, but then you trying to compete against people who cheating.
And even when you do it the right way, you get they got a kid on here, got a 4.2 grade average. I didn't even know you could get past 4.0, but got a 4.2 grade average, got a 29 and wasn't able to get in because one of these kids took their spot.
Right.
And studies have shown, like, whenever they take underprivileged kids or kids that don't quite meet the requirements but show some type of incentive, they see something in the kid, that they perform above average than the kids there.
I can raise my hand and say I'm one of those kids.
You are, yeah.
I'm one of those kids because in high school I did nothing.
I was like that too.
I barely had the grades.
I had horrible grades in high school, but then I got to college. I made the dean's list and all kind of shit, and then like my grades continued. And I hate when people and that's another thing I want to say. They give student athletes a hard time about cheating or getting some kind of perks and stuff. I can honestly say at UAB, there was no perks given that I was aware of. If it was, the shit wasn't given to me.
And I didn't see him.
Yeah.
I was looking for him, but I didn't see him.
The only thing that people knew was, there's professors, there's cool professors, there's nice professors. Like, that's the only thing you might know. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Other than that, ain't no perk. Like, you got to work to get it. But I was able to make better grades in college than I ever did in high school.
Right.
I mean, because you got to think about it. You have you're talking about a Harvard and Yale. You have the best professors in the nation teaching you. You have the best facilities.
Right.
You have the best
and
tutors.
that name holds weight.
So I see that. Now I get it. Even just getting them in.
Yeah. Get me in there and I'll figure the rest out.
And that, man, that shit just, to me, man, it's sickening because, like, I get sick. Them people they be trying you so, they try so bad, man, about, like, like they work so hard for some of that shit. And not to take away from, it's some students that bust their ass to get into Yale and Harvard and some of these institutions. So not to take that away from them, because sometimes that's what happens when shit like this happens. Like, oh yeah, they all cheated. Nah, a lot of them worked hard to get there.
Nigga, put me in USC and see what happens.
Yeah, but for the ones that cheated, like they're literally, they say that, like, if y'all really want to see it, I was reading something now, y'all think that that's a scandal? Wait till you see how some of them people get their jobs. And you know what I'm saying? Because those people are working at Boeing and they're working in fucking the FBI, like all these different places, man, and they didn't earn it.
And they said this just was the first crop. There's a whole nother crop of these names about to come up.
I bet.
Whole nother crop.
Man, them boys just snuck up on the gold, man.
Cheating rich ass.
Man, it's just like, you've given them the best education they whole life. If you can't get in school, your dumb ass need to just figure something out. Because like you was never underprivileged. You got the best.
Probably paid for that too.
Probably, but you had the opportunity.
Yeah.
So man, no, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. sad day.
They fuck them. Man, we talk a lot about like health, and we talk about cancer and in particular. And we talk about how, like, cancer's so rampant, man. Did y'all see that they talking about wireless earbuds and wireless devices may be a big cause of cancer now?
Crazy.
I saw that, man. It seems like every goddamn thing is a cause of cancer nowadays. It's the meat, it's the microwave, it's your phone, it's the headphone. What can we do, man?
You can't do nothing.
Can't do shit.
If it ain't got cancer, it's gonna give your ass what that shit? Ebola? What that
Salmonella, Ebola.
That shit come out. That's a new case of that every week.
Man, and I'm so glad
I
you
used to
sent
think
that shit to
salmonella was just from chicken.
Yeah, I'm so glad.
Was I the only one that ever thought that?
Nope.
I thought that too, though. I thought
Yeah.
that too, but I'm glad you sent that shit, cause boy, we sure got some of that shit in the freezer right now.
Some ground turkey.
Some ground turkey, bro.
Shit. Stay with, and that's what we talking about. We recently got a recall on some ground turkey.
Butterball ground turkey.
Butterball got
Ground
4
turkey
cases
got
of
recalled.
4 cases of
Salmonella case.
Yeah, but
Shit is crazy.
you know what? Kind of chiming in off what Huda said, like, I think really right now, I think we got so much technology and so many radio waves and airwaves and Bluetooth waves or whatever they call flowing through the air. We don't know what the fuck causing this cancer. And I think that they know.
Yeah.
When I say they, the powers
The
that
powers
be,
that be,
I
yeah.
think they
Give
know,
them
but
powers.
they can't say it. Like they
Right.
can't come out and say, man, you know how y'all
How they
been,
gonna die?
y'all know how y'all been getting that GPS to y'all phone and stuff? Yeah. It's fucking y'all
It's
up.
real.
It's gonna come out later, you know, when they get the new
Right.
shit to use. You know what I'm saying? Then they gonna come out and
This
start
was
saying
causing
studies.
cancer.
Oh,
so
we didn't
found
know.
something else.
Right.
Yeah, but
That's crazy.
it's tough, man. I just didn't know if you
Earbuds causing cancer.
Everything causing cancer, man. So just live your life.
Y'all still
how
gonna
you
y'all
wanna
still
live
gonna
your
wear
life.
y'all?
Yep.
I'm gonna put them hoes in as soon as I go to the gym in the morning.
Hey, I read the store and put them bitches right in my ear.
Probably reading that
bill.
bit with them in your ear. goddamn.
Like, damn, that's crazy. Listen to
That's crazy.
YouTube.
Let's turn the volume up. Turn that volume up,
Nigga
right?
saw it with them hoes in
Hell
it.
yeah, but like shit, man. It's
Damn, that's
hard,
crazy.
man. Like it's hard, bro. They make that shit so easy for you.
Yeah.
Just like the microwave. I remember Wayne was like, man, I ain't never using that microwave. How can you not? Nigga, I gotta put something in this bitch.
I ain't finna cut the oven on 325, wait 30 minutes for it to
That
warm
nigga wait
up.
forever,
and-
God. That nigga
It
scared
should
of
be
that
all
microwave.
dried out.
Wayne,
Nah.
Wayne will literally not put nothing in the microwave. That nigga said, you see that gadget right there? Y'all put y'all food in that? Man, y'all better not put y'all food in that. He said anytime food get ready that's supposed to take 30 minutes to cook and that shit take 2 minutes, you ain't supposed to eat nothing that do that.
Damn. Just put a
Damn.
sweet potato in the goddamn
It made me think
microwave.
about the air fryer. We love that motherfucker right now, but I bet you something gonna come out about that motherfucker
all
in a
kind
few
of
minutes.
carcinogens in that shit. Who knows?
Hey, man,
goddamn.
Wayne might have needed a little microwave it or something.
Well, I got a
all the way.
question for y'all, man. I know we had I don't think we had a weekly topic a couple times.
Well, give it to us,
You know what
Hootie.
I'm saying? So I had a weekly topic I want to ask y'all, but it's kind of a serious yet loose topic that we can make loose. Boop. I got a question for y'all niggas, man. Something I want to know. I mean, I know, but you know what I'm saying? I want the people to know why y'all did this. You know what I'm saying? So my question is to y'all: why did y'all start a podcast? Like, what's your personal reasons for wanting to start a podcast?
I'm gonna tell you why.
Tell me, nigga.
Yeah, I said that a little weird.
Shit.
Hang on, let me get my. But I real did cause like I'm funny.
Okay.
When you write it down,
Let's just go ahead and put that out there. But it was no other entertaining times more than when I was kicking the shit with y'all. Arguing, you know, like we have the dumbest conversations. I use the pod, you know.
Yeah, smartest.
Little double. I'm trying to
Done.
do that.
Triple.
Yeah. And some of the smartest, some of the most passionate. Like, you know, I bring up black schools, Todd gonna be ready to fight. But it was just so much entertaining. I was like, it's no podcast as entertaining as arguing with you niggas. So that's why I would want to start it.
Yeah, I gotta kind of second that.
Get your own shit, Todd.
Okay. I can't ride with you on that.
No.
All right. Well, I
DJ
honestly,
came in this bitch with a medieval cup, didn't he? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
getting
we got a mule on.
That nigga came in that bitch with that nigga came in that bitit with a medieval cup, goddamn. Get your ass out of here. I keep telling you that.
Yeah.
That nigga love that shit all in the
What that shit
camera.
called? They used to call him
A mule. Like,
Yeah,
Mule.
Yeah, that nigga came in with a goddamn King's cup. My bad, so go ahead.
No,
we were talking about
I just felt like, you know, the chemistry we have amongst us, you know what I'm saying, no homo. I just think that the world needs to be exposed to it. You know what I mean? We are all educated and, you know, we have a lot to, you know, that we can offer you. So I feel like what's knowledge that we have that's not shared. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Like we need to share what we know with you all. That's why I felt like we needed to do it.
My main reason for starting one, it was like, maybe like 2 years ago that I really wanted to like try to start it. And the main reason was because, like he said, arguing with you motherfuckers, it should be entertaining.
Right.
And I thought some interesting perspectives and points came up, you know what I'm saying,
Facts.
amongst us.
Facts.
And I felt like, not only that, I feel like when you look around and today, like we hold a lot of weight on what it is celebrities say.
Right.
And it's like that their word is law.
Right.
And to me, sometimes I hear a lot of different podcasts. I hear a lot of different people on TV, and I just like, them motherfuckers sound stupid.
Right.
Or they sound out of touch with reality.
Right.
And I feel like us going to work day to day, you know, and our different kind of work fields that we work in, Todd, you working with kids and stuff like that, like we are good representative of what normal everyday people see. And I think that it was good for us to bring the shit that we talk about, our entertainment and our walk of life, the things that we see, we parents, things like that, husbands, bring this to the forefront and speak for regular, everyday people.
Facts.
The average Joe.
And as far as the reason why I started a podcast is, yeah, I do it for the people and I enjoy that. But most importantly, I do it for myself. You know what I'm saying? I do it for me is because this is what I wanted to do and what I enjoy doing. So, you know what I'm saying? So, thank y'all for the support, but I do it for me. And also for me, it's therapy. You know what I'm saying? It's therapy. I get to come in here and get some stuff off my chest that otherwise, because I don't like to talk to people, really. This is the only real time I get to talk to people outside of being at home. You know what I'm saying?
It is therapeutic. I'm with you.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And I talk at work, but that's because I have to talk. So at work, I talk about work. I'm not talking about politics and sports because I don't really care to hear y'all opinion. Not the listeners, but you know what I'm saying? People at work. Like I don't want to, because I can't talk to you like this at work, and I want to talk like this about sports and like this about politics. You can't do that. So I started a podcast to do that and talk to my friends, man. You know what I'm saying? We've been doing this for years. Since 2003, 2004, getting together, sitting in the living room, just talking shit. And that's probably been some of the best conversations I've heard, me personally. So that's why I did.
You're welcome.
Facts.
Shut up, man.
Question. Like, are you ever about to argue with somebody and be like, no, I'm not going to argue.
I've caught myself. I texted in a group message one day. I made that mistake. I argued with a fool about sports at work, and I never did it again since or before that.
There's certain people, man, I don't give a fuck. I can size you up real quick. It don't take long. And I just know if I'm going to argue with you or not. And certain people I'm just not arguing with. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't even make sense to argue with certain people. Like, you know that they don't know the stuff that you know or have the background or the information that you have with it. So why I'm finna sit here and argue with you? Sometimes, like, I hear arguments and I be wanting to jump in so bad, but I'm like, nope.
And when you realize
I'm not gonna let it get
I'm
me.
only jumping in because that's some of the stupidest shit I ever heard.
But that's why I won't jump in. Because if you jump into that stupid shit before you know it, you arguing with some stupid shit that you know ain't true.
You got it, my nigga.
I got caught up at the Christmas party.
You got caught up a lot of places.
And the football
Everywhere
game.
you go, you find an argument, cuz. So
Every
if y'all want to
time. I think
argue,
it's
y'all see us out.
And every time he get in one, I
purposely.
sit there and laugh at his ass. Look at his stupid ass. They got grilled in.
So if y'all ever want to argue and y'all around us, argue with King Get Right.
Yeah,
He'll give
because
you one.
he'll give it to you every time. Like, you want to argue, there you go. He'll give it to you. Did y'all see the Trump administration? They're proposing a $7.1 billion funding cut to education, to the education department.
You mean already bad education?
Yeah, as crazy as it is, as rough as education's been, like we've been saying over and over every week, we've been seeing a de-emphasis on education as a whole, from local, state, federal. And Trump is proposing a $7.1 billion cut on education. Shit makes no sense to me. I don't know if y'all had a chance to see that, and if y'all didn't, I mean, I just gave it to y'all. What are y'all thoughts?
Well, it's only logical that a person that does not have an educational background to think like that.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Looking into it, it's supposed to cut programs like forbearance and deferment payments.
So people gonna really be out here paying $1,500 a month.
Right.
Not even that, too. Like, one important one that he's talking about cutting is after-school program.
After school, yeah.
Like, that's fucking just stupid. Like, whoever can
So you
think
can't.
that that's a good idea is just stupid. Like, some people, parents, if they have a standard type schedule, which most people or a lot of people don't, and get off at 4:30, 5 o'clock, you know what I'm saying? Most of these after-school programs at least go to 6.
6 or 7.
If you close, you know what I'm saying? If I don't get out till 5 and I don't even have an after-school, what is these kids gonna do?
Right.
Help me make sense of some of this. you don't get a forbearance, so you're not getting help with the student loans that you may pay $100 on, just give or take a month, to paying $1,500. You can't get after school care, which some of that money that's going for forbearances that you have to pay for anyway, you can't get the after school care that you need. And if you don't have the after school care, you probably can't work the hours that you need to work in order to pay for the after school care anywhere. So you're not only cutting it from education, but you're cutting it from people, the economy, the communities. You're cutting it from everything if you do that. Like, that makes no sense. Is that part of this new spending bill or budget?
Let's just
bill?
get shit
Yeah,
out
it's
of
part of-
They don't live in a reality like we live in, okay? Let's just get. He's never lived in a reality like we lived in. Like,
But-
the
Nah, I think
working
they know
class has
reality.
never
But the
lived.
people under him have to know, like, we can't let this shit.
Well,
go.
Hey! It's
To
a
get-
legacy
to lay-
building that they're doing.
to lay
They're
more-
gonna get paid under him.
To lay more
Regardless.
context to it, it is asking for a $60 million increase to charter schools. So their
it's
thing is
7.1 billion
their thing
decrease.
is trying to add more emphasis on school choices. Like, instead of being zoned and stuck in certain schools, they want to try to give more choices. But it's already unlikely that this bill even succeed through Congress. Congress probably already not gonna vote that down. It's already strongly led by Democrats, so it's probably not gonna pass through it. But this is just a glimpse into the reality of what they're trying to do with that new budget.
And I'm glad you brought this up because I saw something that I thought was interesting. I wasn't gonna bring it up, but now that you said it, it was I think we all probably got student loans, but Navient, I don't know who does
Navient.
Navient. Okay, their employees get incentives for their talk time being as low as possible. So you'll
Get
be
your
on
ass the
there
phone.
telling them your story. I got kids, I
Hurry.
really can't pay. They're gonna quickly, hey, do a forbearance. Throw it out there, simple, easy. That's easier to explain than, well, if you pay $100 a month or interest. But forbearance fucks you up long term because that interest is still compounding. You might not be paying a payment right now, but that interest still compounds. So they're incentivized to get you off the phone quick as possible, throw a forbearance out there, then to tell you, hey, income base, we can probably get your payment down to something you can afford.
Yeah,
So just, people out there, it's best to pay something each month.
if you can,
If you can.
because sometimes they may give you some shit at a young age at 23, 24. They $150 might be a lot.
You
to
just can't afford it. Yeah.
And I know we've said this a lot, but it's time to get serious about student loans and student loan payback, man. It's time for somebody to come up with something creative. We got a lot of progressives that are running. Bernie Sanders to be one of the front runners in it. It's a lot of far left or left wing progressives who have offered different solutions, but I haven't necessarily heard solutions yet. I hear solutions of free college and things, but as far as I want to know what the solution is going to be for people who are already deep in debt. And when I say deep in debt, like a lot of people knowingly took on student loans and went there knowing, what it was going to be. But I still feel like, again, that it was tricked upon our generation age range, because, again, they always said that student loan wasn't a bad debt. It won't stop you from getting a house. It won't stop you from getting a car. It won't stop you from getting a job. And we seeing now where those student loans that you're talking about are fucking you up. You know what I'm saying? I see, I get credit alerts. I see sometimes when my shit increase or things like that, like different stuff happen with it, I see where my credit score, is tied into it. So, I just feel like it need to be its own separate thing altogether, at least for one, and it got to be something creative for what was done.
I only know one or two people, period, that has ever paid off their student loan. So my theory: go to school. I don't give a fuck if you got to go to school of culinary arts and you fucking 56. Fuck them student loans. You got to pay them bitches back.
I'm all about a clean slate. Give me a clean slate. You know what I'm saying? Just
Right.
not knowing that you have to pay that going forward. It can open up so many other financial opportunities for you to try. But if you know you have that in the back of your head, well, I can't do
Yeah.
this so much because I know eventually I'm
Yeah, I
going to
gotta
have to
work.
pay.
I gotta pay this
Right,
shit every month.
So, you know
right.
what I'm saying? So,
Like, you can't work to pay student loans.
and
Who the fuck wants to do that?
I wanted to touch back on that $7.1 billion decrease is also going to affect these teachers that's striking already. So what
Right.
that mean? More teachers
Right.
striking? That's damn near the
Motherfuckers
whole
just ain't
country.
going to
right
work.
It's
now.
just the reality,
Right.
you want to cut $7.1 billion from education, and then you want to ask for all of this billions of dollars to fund your wall. I just feel like I don't understand. I I can't make sense of none of that shit.
Can't
And I'm
read,
glad
but you can build a wall.
You brought up that whole thing with Trump thing because you seen what K. Ivey just did, right?
What's that?
With the gas tax.
Gas tax.
Yeah, 10 cents.
Yeah, we
10
was
cents.
talking about that the other week.
10 more cent gas tax. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
I
Gas
mean,
already high, too.
Right.
Goddamn. Shit.
gas already high.
But there is no other solution like a lottery. That's no solution.
That's the
that's
that's
crazy.
the best
you want to tax
solution,
gas, but
you
you
know?
gonna do a lot. That's stupid.
Your people,
Well,
your people here playing the lottery anyway. You might as
That's
well
what I'm
have yourself.
saying.
but you know what? It's what the tax was for. They wouldn't have passed a gas tax for education.
What's this for?
It's for roads.
Infrastructure, roads.
But
And Alabama got
but-
some. We got some.
we got some fucked up roads.
We do need
But I'm
roads.
saying
do.
that's why, like,
And I guess that's the
everybody
way to
in
pay
here
for it.
would be okay with a gas tax for education. I think. I know I would be.
I would be
I would
okay
be-
with a
I'm okay with it.
lottery.
I'm okay with it for roads,
education
but I would-
lottery. I would be okay with
but
it.
that's what the lottery will be for. That's why they're not going to vote for it. They don't want education to be better.
That's the
But
stupidest
you-
shit.
It
They
is,
could
but
do
think
it.
about it.
I get it, but that's
Yeah.
the stupidest shit that they can do
but
if that's what they're
That's what
doing.
I'm saying. It's stupid as fuck.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
We live in Alabama.
Right.
And the education here is, you know what I'm saying?
That is
Pretty
crazy.
down
Georgia got a
bottom.
lottery. You get to go to school for free, long as you
Right.
be average. They don't want that shit. They don't want people getting educations and not having to pay student loans and having a chance. Fuck out of here.
Right.
Fuck you think you is in America?
It's just,
American
that's just in
Jack.
Alabama. Everybody else got lotteries.
But yeah, man, that's some weird, crazy shit, there, man. So hopefully this bill doesn't go forward or even make it to his desk where he could veto some shit and try to get it moving. So
But nothing
But,
surprises me anymore, though. That shit may fuck around and
I
go
hope they
through.
surprise me this time.
But
shit.
somebody that is never gonna have to worry about student loans. Did y'all have a chance to check out this Zion kid?
Amazing.
What you think about him?
He's pretty good, man. I think he's probably the most athletic college player that I've seen that I could think of. Just to be that size and that speed and that athletic at that age is unheard of, you know what I'm saying? So I think the young man got a real bright future as long as he stay healthy, you know what I'm saying? Right now, he's being talked about the way that he should be in a high regard.
Let me talk to you for a second.
What you want to tell?
Cause see, Zion, he ain't good.
He a bum.
Tall voice.
Say what you want to say.
Nah, but man, that man the truth. I've been saying it, I think, since he was in high school. You know what I mean? You could just tell, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can just see an athlete and tell that they just more gifted. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of who they playing against, certain talent, like when you just look at it, you can tell that it'll translate. Then when I saw that Duke was recruiting him, I could tell, like, I get why they recruiting him. Now I was curious to see how. I knew he had the skills. I knew he had the talent. I was curious to see how he would translate into college. After the first game, I don't care who they were playing. What is it? Little Children of the Poor? I don't give a fuck who they were playing. I could see that man had the talent and the goods. And he's delivered all year, man. That man just talented. He came in after being injured, went, 11 for 11?
No, 13 for
13 for 13.
13 for 13 the
29
first
and
night.
11.
And then the next night against the number 2 team in the country, fucking hit him for 31 and 11.
Who lost twice without him.
Right. So, and they won that night. So, shouts out to Zion.
Yeah.
Todd, what you got to say?
Todd, you got something to say?
I ain't got shit to say about it.
What?
Why?
We want to hear
Got
what your
shit to say
what's your
about it.
thoughts
Do you
about
think Zion a
man?
good player?
Zion's okay, man. He's okay.
He's okay.
He's okay.
Man, it's a podcast, man. You got to talk.
You gotta let us know what you think.
Average.
man.
I mean,
What you
he's
thought about it,
average.
man?
Like,
Niggas ain't trying to make me or bully me in the
Like on the scale of 1 to 10,
I mean,
how would you
want to
rate
hear
him?
your opinion.
1 to
All
10.
right.
1 to 10. Give
All
us a
right.
1 to 10.
Zion, yes, he's a freakishly athletic basketball player. He is. Okay. My verdict is still out on the kid. Okay. Everyone else in the nation, including you people on the pod, who watching the pod at this very moment, you could say Zion is the next thing in the league close to Jesus. Okay.
Jesus was never in the league.
I don't care, but he's the only perfect thing that you've ever seen. Jesus.
Nobody
okay?
ever called him perfect.
Hey, yes, you did. He's
He
Zion.
missed a shot, I think, before he got injured.
Yeah, he missed a lot of shots. Missed a lot of free throws too.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
I don't think that we call him
hey,
perfect. I just think we call him good.
hey, guys, y'all think
He's
he's
saying
great?
he's the best in college basketball. That's all.
I'm not sold yet.
Okay.
I still stand where I stood.
Todd, that nigga.
I told you I would tell you when I think I'm sold.
Todd, that nigga that will go into a
Guys, y'all remember Anthony Bennett?
Yeah, he was a bum.
Yeah.
And none of us said he was
very
good.
first draft pick.
None of us said he was good ever.
Nobody
But
thought he
he's
was
the
good
same
in
player.
college.
No, he's
in
not.
college.
He's not.
No.
You're not going number one overall.
I never saw that man 360.
You're right. You didn't. You didn't.
On a
He
nigga
played. Who he
head.
played for in college?
Arizona.
UNLV.
Somebody?
That's what he
UNLV,
played
yeah.
for.
Somebody out
UNLV.
there.
So
You never heard of him.
That
But he
a
was the
bad
number
draft
one
pick.
pick. You heard from. You
That
heard
was
from.
surprising
being the number
to
one
what
pick.
that got to do with this, Todd?
At some point, they are doing the same thing
No.
that they did with that guy.
No.
No.
He got picked number one.
He wasn't hyped like this.
Okay, let me ask y'all something. Now I'll leave it alone. I won't say shit else about it.
Mm-hmm.
Who the better player on that team, RJ Barrett or Zion Williams?
Zion Williams.
Zion.
Okay, well that says what you know. That's it. You think Zion is better? I can't argue. I think
According-
RJ is better.
According to him being a
RJ
national
almost-
player.
I think RJ is better.
RJ almost lost in the game last night.
Say what you want.
What
to say.
awards he just won? I know you don't. Not awards guy, because you're a coach. I'm not about awards.
God.
But he just got National Player of the Year, right? And not RJ Barrett. He got
I've been saying that the whole
Freshman of the
year.
Year, Player of the Year,
I've
and
been
ACC.
saying the whole
I
year
just-
RJ was the better player on that team.
I just feel like, too, if he's good at this level in college, because I know a lot of the argument be like, I don't see him doing it in the league. Like, how can he not? They can't pack the paint. They can't play the zone like they can in college. You know what I mean? Like, his skill set only actually translates even better into the program.
in the open field. And his first bucket, it's not like it. He created that himself. He stole the ball, which he was one of the leaders in the ACC in steals.
Yeah,
He's
he
like a
is.
well-rounded player.
He is.
He stole the ball,
Stole the ball.
ran the field, left everybody back here, which is also speed and agility, and windmill and dunk. I don't know what kind of dunk it was, but it was impressive. For his first bucket back after being off of 6
Have I
games.
ever said it wasn't impressive?
You said the jury's still out. You the only person in the world.
Well, goddamn it, is that the same Hootie?
Yeah.
Shit, man.
Hootie logic.
No, everybody.
No, that's just
That's not the
that's
fucking
just called
same, man.
logic.
Todd
It's
talk.
not the
This what it's
same,
called.
man.
Todd talk is what this called, goddamn.
I ain't fucking with y'all, man. Y'all
Thank
nigga, this nigga here, man. But did y'all see Westbrook? They had a game. They played. The Thunder played the Utah Jazz in Utah, and we saw Westbrook, man, had to get into it with a fan and his wife. Allegedly, the fan, must have had some bad blood for Westbrook because it was coming out the different tweets and different racist shit that he said throughout time. When I first saw the story, I didn't have any more context or backstory to it, but I still got some more to it. But we saw that Westbrook basically told him, man, like, hey, Westbrook got in this shit. Like, you keep saying that, man, I'm going to fuck you up. He said, what he told him? To get on his knees like you used to
Like you
doing
used
or
to,
something?
Called him boy.
Yeah, and called him a boy, and Westbrook just wasn't for it. He said what he said to the fans, said he'll fuck him and his wife up. Did y'all see it? What's y'all thoughts?
Now, I will say I think the boy thing was somebody different. They suspended somebody else.
Yeah,
He
they
said
got
it
him
too.
out- They got him out of there.
I don't know if this guy ever said boy. I don't know, but they got another guy out of for
Right, yeah,
Yeah,
I see
did
that.
see
Yeah,
they
I
just
see. I
got
saw
a
that.
second
Yeah,
fan
second
about
fan
it.
out
But
too.
That's good, too. I'm glad that they
Yeah.
took that step.
that was. But I personally, like when I first heard it. Now, clearly, when the tweets came out, he is racist. They've had people in Utah and different people had a problem with this. I didn't see the racism part in it. There wasn't a known racial term to me. I thought it was more of a gay slur. That's
Boy?
how I took. No, not
get
boy.
on your knees.
Get on your knees
Get on your
like you
knees,
used
okay.
to.
Right.
Like I didn't understand that part. But even if it was just a gay slur, like don't do that. Just because you bought your ticket, don't give you the right to berate somebody like that.
And I'll take it a little step further. I don't care if it's any kind of slur. You, as a man, you're not talking to me like that.
Yeah.
If you do, I should be able to respond. Now, yes, I get like playing sports back in our days. Nigga say back in our days. We old as fuck. Playing sports back in our day.
You said that. I'm young.
Nigga, we played at the same time. We would hear fans talk shit and say shit. And we would just brush it off. Like, they just fans. They're funny.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's whatever. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I can't tell you one thing a fan has ever said to me that I can even remember. The only one I can remember was them going at a coach one time. Anything as far as me, I don't remember because I paid it no mind. I tuned that shit out. But nowadays, that shit is much closer and much more in tune and much more everywhere. Like it can be seen. It's easier to get to these players and be like, hey, suck my dick, boy. Get on your knees, boy. Anything, whatever, boy. You know what I'm saying? And you react. You're gonna react to that at this point. We're in much more sensitive times to whereas somebody said that to you 10 years ago, you might fuck it. But,
Well,
but nowadays it's different. I think.
And I get that. I do. And but in today's game, say if we're playing a game or whatever, well, I'm always telling these guys, they came to see y'all play. They paid their money to come and see you play. I'm not tolerating that disrespectful shit. Period. Let me deal with the people behind us, because at the end of the day, ultimately, I'm dealing with high school kids. I can't tell a professional grown man.
Right. So speaking
You know what
of
I'm
it
saying?
as a grown man,
Right.
how would you react then?
Probably the same way Russell Westbrook did.
Well, Ty, you must don't hear me because I be hitting your ass with all type of racial slurs.
Hey,
Dumbass nigga, what the fuck he called that play for?
you paid your money to see me play. So you paid your money.
I don't know, man. I just look at it from a lot of different perspectives. To your point, I don't think that the basketball arena has changed much.
It hasn't.
It's the same size that it's always been. I think it's a difference between football and basketball. You are a little more closer basketball than you are in football, so they can get a little bit closer to you. I do think that security need to do a better job in NBA arenas. You know what I mean? Like, it's one thing to talk shit, to talk about somebody's game or just talk about what they look like, all of that stuff. But then when they start getting into racial slurs or sexual preference slurs, things like that, then I feel like those people, the power that be, need to be able to
Step in
and address it. You know what I mean? As far as Westbrook, I do feel like you're a man. And I do feel like there's things that you need to stand for. But I do also feel like it need to be a way that you can conduct yourself before you get tricked out your spot. And what I mean is, if you react and you go on those stands, you probably do lose endorsements. You do run the risk of the wife getting up there and, I feared for my life and I thought he was gonna hit me. You do look like that monster because of words that somebody said. And again, I get we're a man and we build ourselves on pride, but you also can't be stupid. You know what I mean? You have a lot on the line, and that person, they tell you all the time when you was a kid in high school, like, that person may not have the things to lose that you have to lose. Right. So, like, it can't be words that drag you into some shit. It got to be something physical. Now, having said that, I don't mind him necessarily like saying, hey, man, chill out with that shit. Yeah. Or like, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? Hey, get him with that shit. Like, y'all hear what he's saying? Like, something like that. You know, cool, a little chin check or something. But when you start, like, you know, threats and things like that, man, you got to play a game. And you're supposed to be focused on what it is that's going on. And that's just my opinion.
And that's why I said, like, I'm telling high schoolers, hey, guys, block that shit out. They paid their money to come and see you play. I can't tell a man, a millionaire, you know what I'm saying?
Not to be a man.
Not to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, at that point, he's thinking like, okay, this shit is bigger than basketball. Fuck this basketball. Fuck this Jordan contract. Fuck whatever it is. At this point, I'm a man. Take all that away. I'm still gonna be a man, and he ain't finna disrespect me. That may be the point where he came from. You know what I'm saying?
But him saying that doesn't change him being a man.
Hey.
But the only thing I had a problem with, like I said, hey, fuck off. But the only thing I had a problem with, you can't threaten no one.
Man, and that's what I'm.
Yeah. You can't.
I mean, we are. I mean, yeah.
I ain't co-signing with that.
No, nobody is.
I'm okay with a response verbally, not
right.
that particular response, but you can't go in.
But the NBA,
I'm okay with the response.
The NBA
we talk a lot.
$25,000.
We talk a lot on our platform about being a man and our community and things. Y'all know how many people dead trying to be a man?
Yeah.
Or like trying to stand up for this fake pride shit. You know how many people in jail for doing that same shit? Trying to be fake tough and shit. Like, man, I gotta be a man. I gotta stand up and go shoot somebody behind dumb shit. Like, sometimes you gotta, like, we gotta start using our mind a little bit more, man. Like, don't get me wrong, you are a man. So, like, protecting your family, protecting your things like that. But if you cannot say something to me to trigger me to physically hit you. Like, you're not gonna get me like that. Not no more. Not this mindset that I have now. But being that if you say something to me, I'm gonna address it. I can address it, but I'm not gonna physically attack you or physically threaten you. I'm not finna do that.
While we in sports, let's talk about this NFL free agency, man. It's been a frenzy. It's been a lot of big moves going on, but of course you can't start it without talking about the big dog. You know, the biggest trade of them all at this point. Odell got traded to the Browns.
Wow.
The Browns. Did y'all see that coming?
Yeah.
No.
I didn't see it coming.
But not the Browns, but at all.
No, I didn't.
No.
And I said, I was saying I saw it, but no, definitely didn't see that shit coming.
Hell no.
Like, we was just chilling and it was like, I think Huda put it in the group. It was like, whoa.
That shit came out. It was like 7
I didn't even know he was on the
shit popped out of nowhere.
They just showed him the money, though.
He just got big boy deal.
Just showed him
But
the
you know,
money
somebody
last year.
always said, I saw somebody, it was like a Chris Carter, somebody that it was one of those niggas who would be in the know, or like just know how that shit working, was like, that they think that the Giants signed him and gave him the money to trade him.
That's crazy.
But why? What's the explanation in
keep the value up, and if you if I'm not actively trying to trade you, then like you know what I'm saying, like you said, like it looks more like, oh shit, we'll take him.
Yeah.
Like wait, why they trying to get rid of? You know what I'm saying? Like it leaves all the bullshit out of it.
So that way you can get more for what they got than what Pittsburgh got for Antonio Brown.
Right.
Makes sense.
And they got some good pieces back.
Mhm.
I still don't think. I think it'll work out good for both of them. I mean, y'all been sorry as fuck the last couple of years with him. I feel like he's been he hasn't been producing like he capable of producing at least last year. I know he had some injuries and stuff too,
he had a few
but
injuries.
I don't think that has anything to do with Odell.
It's
like,
just
I think Eli is just that trash.
Well, I just think it's time for a change of scenery.
Right, I do too. And I'm glad he's out of that though.
Yeah,
Like,
and
you know, fresh blood. You know what I'm saying?
I'll say it. I
Young
signed a
niggas out
1 year
there,
contract.
right.
1 year contract. I'm a Browns fan for 1 year. I got a 1 year contract.
I wasn't mad at the trade. I thought it was like maybe 60-40, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Cleveland got a little bit more, but they gave, like you said, they gave up a lot.
And
so it was a pretty even trade to me.
I think they gave up a 1, a 3, and like a safety or something. For Odell Beckham.
Yeah, they gave up the man from Michigan.
Jabril
from
Peppers.
Michigan.
Yeah, so for
That boy was balling last year.
I don't
man.
care. A 1, a 3, and a safety. Give me Odell. That's a great trade. I
Yeah.
don't think that's too much.
And to get Pepper.
No, I never said too much. I think it was a pretty even trade.
I think too, from a scheme standpoint, like X's and O's, I think that's gonna make like for Odell. Like I mean, you got 3 live receivers. You got him. You got Landry on one side, and then you got
Callaway.
And
You know what I'm saying? You got 2 good running backs. You got a nice tight end.
Right.
So offensively, it'll be great. I can't recall the offensive line. That's gonna be important.
They had a good running game, so that's usually a sign of
Yeah,
a good
that is
offensive
good
line.
offensive line.
Right.
So like, yeah, I mean, if they can get and Baker Mayfield showed a lot of consistency, especially after they got rid of Buddy.
Right.
He looked way better.
Yes.
I hope he don't go through a sophomore slump. I hope he doesn't.
I think they kind of like he can go through it. He's not exempt from it, but they made it really easy for him.
Right.
If he
Kitchens.
picks it up,
They
he
kept
got
Kitchens, so-
weaponry.
Right. He got here.
You know what I'm saying? Defense was solid last year. That was a big reason of why they
They
started
might
winning a
stop
little bit
piling
last
the
year.
draft
So,
defensively whenever they do get a chance.
I still don't think that makes them. I don't think that next year they're ready to go at the Chiefs or go at the Chiefs. I don't think they're gonna be on the
Patriots.
levels of the Patriots, the Rams.
Let's
But-
not go that far. Let's stay in their division. Baltimore.
Well, Baltimore made some moves right behind them.
Right.
Yeah,
We
did.
thought at first it was looking like, oh shit. But Baltimore the next day, they went and got Earl Thomas.
Earl.
Yeah.
And they went and got Mark Ingram. You know what I'm saying? So they made some nice little moves on their own.
Got
So
rid of Flacco.
Pittsburgh. What about Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh is out
Pittsburgh
of it.
did nothing.
Pittsburgh is not. They got worse.
They dead.
They lost Le'Veon and they lost Antonio
Yeah,
Brown. So
they-
But you know
they always do.
But
Connor-
Pittsburgh is a good
You know what I'm saying?
organization. They just
Jim-
know how to do football. shit.
Connor, he was a great running back last
Yeah.
year. The rookie running back they had.
And
And they
Juju.
still got Juju.
Yeah.
Juju and
so
they
it's
got
it's really like a fall off. But
I think what's been
I don't
happening to
think Pittsburgh
Pittsburgh,
make
their
the playoffs.
defense has been
Yeah, their defense
hasn't been as
been a
strong as
staple.
they used to. They got rid of LeBeau, and I don't think to me they've been the same since.
I think they're going off their same mode as Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell. Neither one of them was really high regarded. I think Le'Veon Bell was a high pick, but they wouldn't really high. We didn't all look for Le'Veon Bell to come out and be the Le'Veon Bell that he is.
yeah, no.
So I
he won too. He got some money.
yes,
yeah,
sir, he did.
He got what 37 million or 35 million guaranteed. That's a lot for
That's
an
a
older
lot,
running
bro.
back.
Hell
man.
yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in 1 second. Did he really lose or win, or would he do benefit him, or did it harm him?
He won.
So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about it. But as far as still with the Browns, so Pittsburgh. I do think Pittsburgh is following their mode of having those good players. They still have the James Conner, which is the Le'Veon Bell. The wide receiver, Juju Schuster-Smith, is the Antonio Brown, the not high draft pick but real good receiver, as well as the